Star-Spangled Banner.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Boss is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Grant in at the 3. Outside, Towns. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player. Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
And Hield with the basket on the assist from Van Vliet.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. That one is on Hield. Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw of the night. We're about 1 minute into the first. McDaniels with the ball. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Hield against Grant. Hield the pass to Towns. The Timberwolves working the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Inside, Towns can be so physical, guys, and that makes him tough to cover.
Grant outside. Here's Boss. Off target at the rim.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Back to Hield. Over to the left wing. Towns is double. Van Vliet outside. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off it. Hield can't hit. Well, Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound, Minnesota. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Now here's Williams. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Boss passes to Holmgren. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And how about the timing on that putback? Holmgren is someone you have to keep a body on.
For 3, Van Vliet. That one's in. His first shot this game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at Minnesota. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And checking out the Thunder, they were projected to be one of, if not the best team in our league, and thus far, they have not disappointed.
Oh, my goodness. How good was that move by Shea? Creating a bucket.
Pass to Gobert. Van Vliet outside. Towns with it. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Thunder have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Count that one.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Williams got as great a basketball frame as you could hope for. That's strength right there.
Timberwolves trail by 3. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Pass to Boss. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. 6 points for Boss.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Right wing. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Thunder leading by 3. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Boss, in that last matchup against Boston, put on a show. He scores 54 points, and per usual, he was a monster on the glass, picking up pretty much every board that came his way. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Shot by McDaniels, no good. Thunder have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Hield against Williams. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Williams has got his second basket of the game.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And so Chris Finch. Here's Dillingham. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. Taking a look at the Thunder. Alex Caruso out there with Lou George. Then there's Wallace. Then there's Boss. And it's Holmgren in at the 5, roaming the paint. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Here's Dillingham. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Miller sets a screen for Flynn. Inside. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And here is Caruso. In the game against Boston, very impressive. Basket counts.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Flynn with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And they get it back. McDaniels against Dort. Just 4 to shoot. Holmgren with the steal. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. Boss gets the bucket. And it's a 9-point Thunder lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
For Minnesota, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from 3. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Right block shot and the rejection by Boss. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Minnesota making a switch. Zeller's checked in, and a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Jalen Williams is checked in for George. Flynn kicks to Miller. Back to Flynn. No good on the three.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Ross, no good. Timberwolves trail by 8. Flynn the pass to Miller. Zeller, a screen on Williams. Here's Flynn. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Flynn's got 9 points.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Boss. Covered by Flynn. Boss gets the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here is Flynn. His last outing, he had 8 points. Rebound by Wallace. Wallace has got his 6th rebound on the night. And yes, it's good. Wallace has got the lead up to 9 now for Oklahoma City.
I'll tell you, the consistency of a good first quarter leads to an excellent second quarter. Riding the wave here.
Miller kicks to Flynn. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break, been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Here's Dillingham. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. The Thunder also changing it up. Spencer's checked in, and Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Alex Caruso. Van Vliet passes to Gobert. Hield outside. Just 5 on the clock. Towns for 3. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Pass to Boss. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Towns sets the pick for Van Vliet. Offline with his 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Towns.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Here's Boss. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 21 points for Boss.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the inside. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Oh, Mr. Towns can hurt you from anywhere, and that includes putting it on your head.
And they pick up 2. Boss has got 23 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Van Vliet outside. Hield sets the pick for Van Vliet. Outside, Towns. Over Williams. Up it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns, such a great jump shooter. Doesn't take him any time to get set up.
Here's Boss. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Stolen by Van Vliet. The kick out to Towns. Another miss by Towns.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Boss gets the bucket.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Towns a screen on Wallace. Here's McDaniels, and he drops it in from the low post. McDaniels got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
Here's Wallace, and that's the final possession with the nice
That's solid. Here's what I do, bro.
So it's Oklahoma City.
Stop starting my digits.
As we get ready to take a break, they're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. They'll get you back to the action after
Back
this
to
break.
the action.
And with All-Star Weekend approaching quickly, here's an update on how the dunk contest contenders are shaping up.
As the resident dunk contest expert, I can tell you, these are the names you want in the dunk contest, guys. Don't come at me with who isn't making the cut, because this group is all you need.
Geez, I guess we can call it right now. The Jet has spoken. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
This has been a weight room game. They're just stronger on the glass, and they're playing with a mean streak, guys.
What do you know about weight rooms, Kenny?
He knows how to avoid them. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Boss has been
Man, what the
sensational.
fuck, man? I just want to smoke.
Finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 11. Some big guys down front on the block. Towns and Gobert. And Van Vliet out there with Hield. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
We all know this guy is a volume three-point shooter. Mr. Hield does not lack for confidence.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. McDaniels kicks to Hield. Outside, Towns. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Chalk up 2 there. And now it's 27 points for Boss.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now Hield after the missed three from Karl Anthony Towns. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Van Vliet. Here's Boss. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Well, Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Down low, Towns kicks it out to Van Vliet. A three-pointer, no good. The Thunder leading by 7. Here's Boss. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Hield with the bucket.
And what a show of agility by Hield, getting around the contact there and right to his finish.
Pass to Boss. Now here's Holmgren. Defended by Gobert. That shot wide open.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
And let's check out some of the numbers here on Karl Anthony Towns. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. And he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding.
Yeah, McDaniel's really trying to become consistent with that jump shot.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Van Vliet picks one up.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Here's Towns. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And they continue to control the glass.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Van Vliet. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. To the paint. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniels.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's foul number 2 for him. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Now here's Hield. He's got 11. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. And the shot is good. And that's now 33 points for Boss.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Van Vliet passes to McDaniels. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Fires from 18. Nice jump shot. Good. Van Vliet's got 8 points.
Now, there's a couple things in play here. The activity and IQ of Fred Van Vliet. This guy, a dangerous mid-range shooter.
Van Vliet brings the double team. Here's Boss, covered by Hield. Gobert with the
No
block.
foul.
McDaniels kicks to Hield. Buries the long-range jumper. Hield's got 10 points here in the second half.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Good on the shot. And now that's 35 points for Boss.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Cody Zeller's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Taking a look at the Thunder. Lou Dort out there with Williams. Then there's Boss. Then there's Wallace. And it's Caruso in at the 3 spot. Here's Boss. And the layup's good off the glass. Boss has got the lead up to 14 now for Oklahoma City. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Flynn dishes to Miller. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Boss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Flynn. That 3 off the mark.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Boss gets the bucket. Boss has got 41.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Now here's Flynn. He's guarded by Boss. Miller inside, working on Williams. Pass to Dillingham. Clock is at 3. Over Wallace. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now here's Caruso. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 5 assists tonight.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
Now Flynn. Pass to Minot. No good on the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 18. Here's Boss. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. Grant comes in for George. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Cason Wallace.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Caruso. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Dillingham. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Grant against Towns. Back to Van Vliet. There's the triple. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here are the Thunder now. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Here's Boss. Over in the corner, Caruso. Out to the right wing. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Knocks down the three ball. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Here's Van Vliet. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Offensive rebound. Here's Boss. Pass to Holmgren. Over Gobert. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now Dillingham. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
Now here's Van Vliet, guarded closer. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Healed the pass to Towns. Pass to Dillingham. Gobert with a screen for Dillingham. Sinks the triple.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
And that one, good. 45 points for Boss.
Well, what a terrific possession. Attack in the painted area.
Pass to Dillingham. Towns wide open. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The defense must chase Karl Anthony Towns off that three-point line. This guy is such a great jump shooter.
Boss gets the bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Daniels is checked in for doing it. .143 left in the fourth quarter. And the league trying to get a bit more competition in the All-Star game. You got any ideas there?
Well, cash prizes seem to work well for the in-season tournament. Even a little something might help up the ante just a bit.
Here's Hield. Pass to Van Vliet. Hield outside. Outside, Towns. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. 5 on the clock. Misses the baby hook. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Boss.
Well, you couldn't help but notice how well this guy protected the rim. There was an intimidation factor thanks to his defense. No easy shots in his neighborhood tonight.
Van Vliet outside. To the middle. They kick out to Hield. Van Vliet passes to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall. Here's Boss. Offline. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
Way to bring the effort tonight.
Known and unknown. What'd you do when you got your lunch? Popcorn? For a meal? You could have given me more than
Right. They call this place the phone booth. So dial up the other team's already worried about stopping you, MP.
Coming up next, the Wizards. Hello, basketball fans. We know NBA games aren't played on paper, but if they were, this game wouldn't be close, Brent.
You're right, BA, but we're not doing this. We're out here on the court, and we want to see guys going at it. Tonight, given where these teams are, can the underdog step up, rise up, and get an unexpected win? We're going to find out.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Then it's Jeremy Grant. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Boss in at the 2. It's deflected. And he gets it back. No good there. Some solid defense from Coulibaly. Here's Hampton. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Here's Valanciunas. And it's blocked. Pass to Williams. From the wing. And he connects with a jumper.
Showing more and more how ideal a wing player he is. Williams, such a polished J.
Coulibaly with it. To the paint. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
As pretty much any coach, that's how he'd like to start the game.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Jamal Mosley. Our topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can warp a defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Boss's shot is off.
1 for 5 out there, but no worries. Just keep attacking.
Pass to Valanciunas. Back to Hampton. Out of bounds. It'll be Thunderball. The Thunder have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. Williams grabs the board.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
You put the size and skill together. Holmgren is one tough cover.
Oklahoma City shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That free throw good from Holmgren.
Holmgren taking 2 shots.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The Wizards have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Coulibaly. Washington again can't hit.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's good for 2.
This is how you force a defense to collapse. Kick the ball right inside.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Oklahoma City squad. And during this last month of action, here is a list of the players who have shot the ball most efficiently so far from deep. Number 1, Jalen Williams.
Sometimes you get into a rhythm from long range, and you can ride that stretch for a while.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Coulibaly. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Boss, the pass to Williams. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
Yeah, it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting, and his shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we can put a ceiling on what that potential is.
Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for Sarr. There's a screen. Kuzma outside to the inside. Hampton. Oh, that one bounces around and comes back out. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Boss. Yep, that one goes.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Bey. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game.
With Bey's scoring ability, defenders have to play him tight, but too tight with that frame. He can go for a fake.
It's his first.
Substitution on the court.
29 seconds left in the first. Here's Carrington. The Thunder pull it in. Caruso outside, down low. And they get it back. Here's Boss. That one's good. Makes him 3 for 7.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And he makes it.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for Oklahoma City. Between his scoring and rebounding, an excellent period. Back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance. So knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
We've got George. Wagner is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Carrington in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Here's Carrington. Wagner, left side. 5 on the clock. Kuzma, the pass to George. No good on the triple.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Pass to Dort, inside. Here's Boss, and he banks in the layup. Boss has got a
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks. Well, Boss in their last matchup against the Timberwolves was a man on a mission. He contributed 52 points, and he was in the zone offensively. There was nothing the D could do to stop him. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, B.A. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Here's Kuzma, following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Wagner with a screen on Williams. Kuzma, the pass to Wagner. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. Boss. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. The Wizards making a switch here. Green is checked in. And let's take an early look at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. No matter who ends up competing, you know it's going to be a show.
And the best part, B.A., every year we see something different, something new. I can't wait.
And I can see him moving even higher up in the ranks. He's certainly a talented guy up in the air.
He is for sure, but this list is just packed with real aerial artists. This dunk contest is really going to be something special.
And as All-Star Weekend gets closer, we'll of course update you on how things are looking. But this year already promises plenty of standout performances.
Yeah, this is going to be a dunk contest you don't want to miss.
Pass to Wagner. Outside Coulibaly. Back to Wagner. George outside. Lets a 3 fly. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder leading by 15. Boss, good. Boss has got 6 here in the quarter.
This is an area where Lou Dort is trying to become more effective as a playmaker.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Kuzma outside. Green, a screen. Pass to George. The 3. Can't hit that one. The Thunder have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. From undrafted to a key rotational player. Lou Dort's story is definitely inspirational, Brent.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, B.A., he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Luguentz Dort continues to make improvements. And the guys on the team love the way he approaches it.
He's all alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants to review the game plan. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept the mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
So Washington going with an almost entire new group here. Jonas Valanciunas is checked in for Wagner. Sarr comes in for Kuzma. Saddiq Bey, he's checked in for Coulibaly. And Hampton is subbed in for Green. Holmgren, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Williams. Caruso with the bucket.
And usually teams go on runs from a bunch of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
George outside. Pass to Sarr. And here's Valanciunas. For three, George. The Thunder with the rebound. Boss has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And the layup is good off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Pass to Sarr. Bay outside. Valanciunas with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And another miss by Washington.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Here's Hampton. And he makes it on the layup. Hampton's gotten his 2nd bucket on the night. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 17-6 run. And there's the drive. Boss's shot is off.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Valanciunas with a screen on Dort. Sarr passes to Valanciunas. Yep, count it. Valanciunas has gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
Well, a little physicality for a little guy goes a long way, but a little physicality from a big guy, that goes Valanciunas' way.
Boss, good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
And for Washington, they're shooting about 41%. Hampton passes to George. Here's Sarr. Let's go with a 3. And the 3-pointer goes. Sarr's gotten himself going with a triple. His 1st basket of the game. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Coulibaly, he's checked in for George. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Grant comes in for Caruso. Boss's shot is off.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Here's Hampton. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
At the line for the Thunder.
And he makes the 1st. Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for Washington. Second free throw, no good. Pass to Boss. Shoots over Bay. Boss, good. Boss has got 13 points now in the quarter.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Kuzma outside. Valanciunas with a screen on Williams. Kuzma, that's good.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the 3-ball.
Here's Boss. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Boss has got 21.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Here's Hampton. And he dunks it down.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Williams' shot is good.
That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
Here's Kuzma. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Boss's shot is off. And so it's Oklahoma City. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be right back.
Thanks for being with us. First off, how about we start with an update on the All-Star voting? Talking about the All-Star Game voting process. How exciting is this weekend, fellas?
Well, as someone who's participated, Ernie, in both the slam dunk and the three-point contest in the same night. No one's ever done that again, ever. It's pretty memorable.
He was asking about the actual game, I think, Kenny. I don't see you out there playing 15 times like I played.
Yes. I think I had something else going on that I couldn't make it.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first-half performance for the Thunder.
It's not just about taking a shot. It's about taking the right shot. They've made a lot of good decisions.
Sometimes you just have a great night. Here in the studio, thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Jeremy Grant. And it's Boss in at the 2 spot. Here's Bey. Pass to Sarr. Now here's Coulibaly. For 3, Hampton knocks it down from distance. Hampton's got 9.
No way he's going to pass that shot. He is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you.
The times that Bey would pass on the mid-range, now he's settling in.
Oh, what tremendous focus to absorb the contact and find a way there to finish.
Oklahoma City shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And that one misses. Wizards trail by 21. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Boss. Some solid defense from Coulibaly. For Washington, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. For 3, Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And he drives in. Here's Boss. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Boss has gotten 4 this quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Oh, my. Their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Pass to Valanciunas. Here's Hampton. To the paint. Shot clock at 5. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter and bang, just kicks it out.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. This will be his 3rd free throw of the game.
Saddiq Bey has so many intriguing parts about his game. If he can remain a consistent three-point shooter, he's going to do some damage in this league.
Pass to Sarr. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Valanciunas passes to Sarr. Here's Hampton. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. The shot by Hampton, no good.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Kept alive. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Bilal Coulibaly.
And you know, when you have the size and skill of a guy like Chet Holmgren, you're going to draw fouls.
Both free throws good from Holmgren. Here's Hampton. He's got 11. Outside Coulibaly. Bay from long range. And Boss pulls it down. Boss has got 7 rebounds in the game. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. Count it. Holmgren's gotten 4 this quarter.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Back to Hampton. Pass to Sarr. Now here's Valanciunas. He's covered by Holmgren. 6 to shoot. They double it with Holmgren. Coulibaly drives in. The Thunder with the rebound.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
All right, Brent, we hear the phrase 3-and-D. Jeremy Grant is a perfect example of that, though.
Well, Grant's done a good job of trying to find some more confidence in shooting from the arc. He shot over 40% for 3 in one season. Defensively, he's versatile, he's long. I'd like him to play a little bit more physical, but if that comes along, he's the kind of guy you want to suit up with.
Hampton's shot is good.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Boss. From 13. And the shot falls short that time. The Wizards trail by 20. And it's Jeremy Grant with a foul. That's his first foul of the game. Well, Brent, you've won championships, but you've also been on some bad teams. What's that experience like?
Well, B.A., very kind of
you. Taking me out of here. There's an odd thing.
Substitution on the court.
I said, what that
32 seconds left to play in the
rush.
third quarter of basketball. Caruso, the pass to Boss. Back to Caruso. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Wagner. And Washington shooting well here in the third, hitting 50% of their shots. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wagner.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Davis against Caruso. Pass to Boss. He can't hit that time. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. A huge 24-point lead for them. Really mucking it up on defense. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And the Wizards shooting at a decent clip, 45% for the game. We've got Davis, George out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Mo Wagner, and it's Carrington in at the 1. That's the group for Washington right now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Boss pulls it down.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Outside for Dort. Caruso outside. There's the triple. Can't get it to go. He's made 4 of his 8 attempts. It's George on the wing. Pass to Carrington. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
Here's Boss. Softly drops in the floater. Boss has got 29 points.
And the player gets a feel for that floater. It can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Kemp, the pass to Kuzma. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. Boss, good. Boss has got 31 points.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Down low. Dort with a steal. It's stolen by Kuzma. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Credit Kuzma for getting aggressive and finding this offensive rhythm in this contest. You can tell the team feeding off him now.
Here's Boss. Lays it up and banks it in. Boss has got 12 points in just the second half.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Kuzma outside. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far.
Look, Kuzma will get inside there and bang around, and he's going to take it down.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. The Wizards have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Boss has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Boss has got 8 points in the quarter.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Kuzma finds George. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes. Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Kuzma up top. Pass to Carrington. Back to Kuzma from outside the arc. And Boss pulls it down. Boss has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Out to the right wing. Here's Furphy. And here's Dort. Here's Furphy. Clock at 6. Caruso, the pass to Boss. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Sinks it from distance. So Dort's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Kemp, good.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Here's Boss. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Boss has got 18 points now here in the second half.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Kuzma outside. Pass to George. There's the 3. He buries it from 3.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Here's Boss. Goes back up. Holmgren. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
And this is what Coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
So Washington ends up going with a new group.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
For Washington, they've gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Pass to Bay. Takes a 3. Drops in the 3.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
Washington has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Coulibaly on the wing. And the 3 off target.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Bay outside. Pass to Sarr for three. Hampton. Valanciunas. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Thunder.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And with another win in the bag, they've racked up 46 total on the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Boss.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Here's Hampton. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Pass to Hampton on the wing. Bay. Dort with a double team. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas. That gives him a double-double.
It's not going to be a soft finish when Valanciunas gets inside. Count on him going up strong.
Here's Boss. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Boss has got 49 in the game.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
That one's off.
At the line for two.
So it comes up empty at the line. Here's Sarr. Pass to Hampton.
Suck my fish girls, bro.
And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking...
Right, MP. You can't stop me.
Number one for hip hop movie. Listen to it. Oh, yeah. Just mention it when I stay for the first time. On the Pentagon, it's so fast. When you go to soul, it's so fast. Got this Pentagon, it's so fast. We're on the fucking south, it's so fast. So we put on the fucking now. On the Pentagon, it's so fast. Rich video, it's so fast.
These cheeseheads are something else. Just quiet them down. These are the games you have to win to be taken
Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to get started with some Saturday NBA action brought to you by... And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Boss, and it's Holmgren in at the center position. And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Now Jackson. Capella sets a screen for Johnson. His three-pointers off the mark. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this seven-footer such a special player. Guys?
All right, thank you, David.
A combination of size and elite athleticism on full display from Giannis there.
Gilgeous-Alexander off the pick from Boss. The layup off target.
You will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And there's the call on Boss. That is his first foul of the game. Morris outside. Antetokounmpo finds Jackson. Now here's Capella. 6 to shoot. Down low. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
No good on the second free throw. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Williams against Giannis. The three. It's It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look at the Bucks.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
Now, here's Capella after the miss from Boss. Capella, the pass to Jackson. Bucks passing it around. Antetokounmpo kicks to Morris. Misses the 3. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Holmgren. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
On the wing, Johnson. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Second, the Thunder.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morris. On the wing, Giannis. To the inside, out to Morris. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And Jackson gets it to go.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Outside, Dort. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it goes down 2 points. And that's now 7 points for Boss.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Morris looking over the floor. Jackson against Dort. Jackson misses. Thunder have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Boss passes to Holmgren. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from outside. Johnson outside. Holmgren with the steal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Morris outside. No good from outside. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Boss gets the bucket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Craig, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Boss, no good. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Here's Jackson. Nice D from Williams.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Boss, no good. Pass to Johnson. Fires for 3. Here's Capella. And Holmgren pulls it down. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. To the paint. Here's Boss. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Come on, man.
A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Boss in that last matchup against the Wizards was terrific. He finished with 49 points. And as always, he was aggressive on the glass, outworking everybody else on the floor. And those are big numbers he put up. It's hard to match. But he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. He feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams will make substitutions. 1:10 left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Beverly. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Outside Portis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnson can't hit.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Now, here's Holmgren. Against Washington, he was really on his game. Rebounded by Prosper.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Beverly. And it falls over the rim and in. Beverly's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
Hey, Beverly can make it hard on the defense now because his ball control is really tight. Does a nice job maneuvering around the defense.
Inside, Grant kicks to Holmgren. Out to the wing. Here's Topic. And that one's on target from the wing. And the Thunder lead by 2. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Thunder lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
He's checked in for the Thunder.
88.
So it's the Bucks now. They trail by 1. Here's Beverly. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Here's Boss. He had a career game last time out, bucket after bucket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Now here's Beverly. His last outing, he had 8 points. Holmgren with the steal. Here's the break, up the floor. Here's Boss, finished off the break. Boss has got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Well, how about the transition game, too? I mean, that's been another key for them, moving the ball quickly up the floor. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Here's Portis after the made shot from Boss.
An obvious fan favorite. It's all about hard work with Bobby Portis. That's how he proved himself in this league and how he makes a difference night after night.
And the first one goes. Milwaukee making a switch. Donaton's checked in, and a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in. Good on both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Williams, a screen on Beverly to the inside. Williams gets the bucket, and the Thunder lead by 4.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Now here's Beverly, guarded by Boss. And it's Patrick Beverly with the three. Beverly's got 6.
And Beverly is very consistent from outside. Solid at hitting the 3 ball when given the opportunity to shoot it.
Boss, no good. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Over in the corner, Caruso. Nailed from three-point land. Caruso's got himself on the board with 3 there. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard
Parked
against.
up our shit.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which
You always get injured,
benefit,
bro.
a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Holmgren. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Spencer's checked in.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Now here's Antetokounmpo coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Capella. The Thunder pull it in, and we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
You know, no opponent is willing to give Antetokounmpo an easy look. I mean, they want to make it hard on him. And he's going to get bodied up, and he's learned to accept that.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Now here's Young. After the miss from Boss. A 3 from Morris. It's rebounded by Boss. The Thunder leading by 7. To the middle. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Boss has got 6 in the quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in front.
Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And, Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple of years. Grant's done it all.
Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26.
And Milwaukee has possession, following the score by Oklahoma City. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Powers through inside, Giannis.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Williams finds Grant to the paint. Here's Boss. Back to Grant. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 9 now for the Thunder.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Now here's Beverly. 6 points for him. Antetokounmpo passes to Beverly. Down low. Capella kicks to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Grant. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Oklahoma City leading by 9. To the paint. No good from Grant. 1:53 left here in the second. It's Beverly on the wing. Pass to Giannis. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
Take a look at Boss. He's out in front. The fans reacting to his wonderful play this year in the Western Conference.
And that's right where you'd expect him to be, given the performances we've seen from him this season.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. Here's Morris after the made shot from Boss. That's in, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Morris.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
2 points, that one goes. And it's now 23 points for Boss.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's got 12. Morris outside. Off target with his 3. The Thunder leading by 7. To the inside. Here's Boss. Kicks it out to Grant. Grant gets a screen from Boss. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Man, I tell you, with each passing game, Grant's stroke is looking better. As long as he has his feet underneath him and he's squared up, he's good to go.
Capella with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And so it's Oklahoma City ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll return shortly.
And we welcome you to halftime. First order of business, time to take stock of the All-Star voting.
Man, we've talked about it so much. Hard to believe we're almost an All-Star weekend.
I'm interested to see which new faces make it this year. This first All-Star game for a player really memorable.
They're going to be a whole lot
and looking back at the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I can't see what they're trying to do offensively. Maybe with a little more patience, that shooting percentage will tick upwards.
Yeah, we saw several instances where the guys should have just made the extra pass. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Boss has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Let's get an update on Chet Holmgren. David, what's the status?
Hey, guys, the Thunder's head athletic trainer gave me an update. And, guys, unfortunately, he hasn't collapsed long. Obviously, that's very bad news. And if he misses a lot of games, it will obviously be a big blow to their chances of winning it all this year.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
And in the training room, guys. I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
Monte Morris is out there with Johnson. And there's Jackson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Johnson can't hit.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Williams can't get it to go. Bucks trail by 9. Johnson with it. Dort covering. On the wing, Morris. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Morris has got the first bucket of the third here for the Bucks.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes off.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. No good from Grant.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Jackson. Nice defense from Dort.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Inside. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
The Thunder have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Capella kicks to Morris. Jackson has the open look. Hands it from downtown. Jackson's got 6 points.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Boss, good. Nice job down low. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Johnson can't hit.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. No good. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And the wide open shot from Morris. Pass to Johnson. Morris with the ball. Capella with a screen on Dort. Morris, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
To the middle. Johnson over to help. Williams with a clean look. Grant for 3. No good that time. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Milwaukee. 9-point game. Johnson outside. Hits the three-point bomb. 6 points for him.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
And the shot goes in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
One-on-one here. Here's Boss. Lays it up off the glass. And now it's a 10-point Thunder lead.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Morris outside. Capella sends a screen for Morris. The putback, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
Boy, Capella doing a nice job being physical and getting those second chance buckets to go. Coaches love that.
Here's Boss. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Jackson kicks to Giannis. Back to Jackson. Pass to Capella. Morris outside. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Johnson. Krills the three-pointer. And now it's only a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out.
Yeah, shooting fucking 3.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game as a result of good defense has been very strong.
Javi Portis has checked in for Milwaukee. Patrick Beverly comes in for Morris.
Boy, I love seeing Capella be more aggressive inside. When he does this.
There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Beverly. He's covered closely. Pass to Portis. Lets the 3 fly. Thunder with the rebound. Boss has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Caruso finds Grant. And stolen by Portis. Now here's Beverly from outside the arc. The shot comes out. Outside Williams. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Milwaukee with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. Back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Jalen Williams. Moss is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Grant, and it's Murphy in at the 5. Now here's Caruso. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Here's Prosper. Outside Portis. Beverly wide open. Traps in the tray. Beverly's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
When Beverly hits a few shots, you know he's feeling it now. Outstanding at knocking down quality looks.
Bucks shooting about 42% so far. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Back to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Boss. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. That's checked in for Milwaukee. Topic is checked in for Oklahoma City. Just 2 to shoot. Portis finds Smith. And they get it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Shot clock at 3. There's Portis. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Williams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And the basket is good. 36 points for Boss.
He has definitely shown up to
There we
play.
go.
He's done his part.
Oh, man, I ain't even know.
His team back into it.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout.
Damn.
And he wants to see some changes out there right
Didn't
away.
even know that, bro.
Right now. And the Bucks making a change here.
I'm thinking we
Both
is
champs
out
checked
there.
in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. While the team is up, Coach doesn't want his team to let up. He told the team to finish this game. Do not think this will be easy. We've seen comebacks before. Kevin, back to you.
He's going to come back. My white boy gone. That's what it is.
Particularly on the offensive end.
He hurt.
The hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Washington Wizards. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks.
And looking at the Minnesota matchup, it won't be an easy one given it is coming on the back end of a back-to-back. But they've been playing some fantastic basketball lately. And when you are winning back-to-backs, you're feeling good about yourself.
Now here's Giannis. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on
What? Oh, my God.
Foul of the game.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Spencer's checked in, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Topic. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Giannis. A steal. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Boss passes to Spencer. Here's Boss, covered by Morris. That one drops for him. Boss has got 40 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now that they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't have it.
Now, here's Capella to the paint. Morris inside. He's covered by Boss. Morris, no good. Inside. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Boss.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Pass to Morris. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Down low. And again it will fall. Basket good there from Boss. Boss has got 44.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Dort against Antetokounmpo. Lock at 6. Beverly with a screen on Dort to the inside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, the length of Antetokounmpo is it's hard to deal with, quite honestly, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Bucks. Williams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Jeremy Grant comes in for Alex Caruso. Now here's Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. It's good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Giannis. Pass to Jackson. Back to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Giannis. Now Johnson. Defended by Boss. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Monte Morris is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Boss. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now, here is Morris. Rebound by Williams.
Yeah, they collect one there, but overall, -10 rebounding for the game.
And you wonder why they're losing big? Well, wonder no more. I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, Farley.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And at this point in the game, there can be a massive difference between a 2 and a 3-point advantage.
Here's Boss. Lays it up and banks it in. Boss has got 48.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Now, here's Capella. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Yet another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
It just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Hey, those and one plays can really be backbreakers in a close game.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That's where Giannis wants the ball.
For Giannis, his length and instincts on defense make him a feared shot blocker.
Shots good by Williams. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Down his high post. Grant on him. Here's Giannis. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
Boy, he is all over that shot. I mean, had it read the whole way, got himself in the position, and then was able to make the play.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Boss. That one, no good.
Man, fucking
some bullshit there from Jackson. Johnson dishes to Giannis.
Oh, you just love seeing a player.
That's some bullshit, man.
No fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the middle. It's Jackson atop the key. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, my God. Got it, man.